Alright, real quick before the main Strikeforce card, here are the preliminary results. Jason High defeated Nate Moore via guillotine choke at 26 seconds of the first round. Jordan Main defeated Tyler Stinson via unanimous decision, 30-27 across the board. Jorge Masvidal defeated Justin Wilcox via split decision, 29-28, 28-29, and 30-27. Ryan Couture defeated Joe Duarte via split decision, 29-28, 28-29, and 29-28. And Pat Healy defeated Mizuto Hirota via unanimous decision, 30-27 and 29-28 times 2. In our opening bout of the Showtime portion of tonight's card, Lorenz Larkin absolutely owned Robbie Lawler 3 straight rounds. It's really the first time I've ever seen Lawler get handled in his own weight class to that degree. I mean, I've seen him lose by submission before in a fight, but never have I seen him in a competitive fight that went the full distance just completely lose every single round. And by the end of the third round, he was getting desperate and trying to throw jumping knees and wild right hands and just hoping he could do anything to score a knockout. But that just wasn't the case. He lost 30-27 on all 3 cards, and Larkin looked fantastic. He looked like he could have gone 2 more rounds easy. Our second fight was even more dominant than the first one, and it too went all 3 rounds to unanimous decision. The winner was Gracie, 29-27, 30-27, and 30-26. He took Jardine down pretty much at will until the third round, and he busted him open late in the first round and continued that dominance in the second round. He was getting a full 1.0 Muda on the Crimson Mass scale out of Keith Jardine's face, so it was a bad night for Jardine, and he managed to get a little bit of striking off in the third round and might have even stolen the round in some judges' eyes, but these judges clearly felt that Gracie had controlled this fight, so bad night for Keith Jardine. In our fourth fight on Showtime, Nate the Great Marquardt and Tyron Woodley mixed it up for the vacant Strikeforce welterweight title, and this one went 4 rounds, and Nate the Great Marquardt got the stoppage via TKO at 139. It was a pretty good fight. It was Marquardt was probably winning each of the rounds, but T. Wood was hanging in there and not getting finished, and they actually knocked each other down in the first round. That was probably the most competitive round of the fight, but by the fourth round, you could see that Nate was just zeroing in. He'd found his range and was targeting him, and then all of a sudden just got him into the fence and landed one of the most vicious combos you'll ever see. A left elbow, 2 rights, an uppercut, and then another right-hand uppercut as Woodley was already slumping that seemed to come from up beneath the ground straight through his head like a steel spike. Marquardt didn't even bother to throw another punch after that. He just walked away, and the ref waved it off, and it was the right decision by both the referee and Marquardt. So, tremendous knockout finish. Great fight. Marquardt is the new Strikeforce welterweight world champion. And in our main event tonight, Tim Kennedy and Luke Rockhold went the full 5 rounds with the champion Rockhold controlling the fight for pretty much every round. If there's such a thing as octagon control in a Strikeforce cage, then definitely Rockhold had that because he was always backing Kennedy up, always pushing him into the fence and landing strikes. There was no point at which Kennedy was able to dominate this fight, and Rockhold knocked him down several times, particularly in the 4th round with a right hook with about 2 minutes left. And Kennedy's only defense at any of these times was to try to take him down, but by the 5th round he was so tired that Rockhold was easily sprawling to block it, and the best Kennedy could hope for was to tie him up on the fence for a little bit, but that didn't work. Rockhold retains the Strikeforce middleweight title in his 2nd title defense.